Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're just going to be doing our weekly kind of what we're mining this week, kind of what we're looking at this week in terms of crypto mining and the whole space in general. Right now we're not currently mining pretty much anything. All we have is the BitAxe. If we can get it up here, you can see we have 611 gigahash. The shares on it 8,574. We got 19 rejected. Sometimes the BitAxe does start to reset when you're on certain pools. And efficiency of 20 watts per terahash, and best difficulty 2.68. I did the calculations on the BitAxe maybe a month ago, and it's actually better odds than the current Powerball lottery. So we're just gonna keep that rolling. I think it's like $1.50 a month to just run it. It's only at 10 watts, I think. Or you can see down there actually 12.4 watts for the BitAxe mining. So we're leaving that mining in the background. And basically anything else is we're just going to be buying coins from now on. We don't really have the power costs right now to actually be mining. Plus there's really nothing out there to be mining on. So you have the 4090, the 40 series down here. They're only bringing in 10 cents and that's pretty much nothing for all of these coins right here. The only kind of thing that is actually producing profits right now is obviously ASIC mining, and that is still with a low power cost. Obviously you can up this, but the kaspa miners are doing well. Kind of talked about it in yesterday's video, so you can go check that out if you want. This video is mainly focused on spec mining and the more of a lack of spec mining that we can do in this environment. So we all know back maybe when Ethereum merged, or a couple of months before that, we had an explosion of new coins that were coming onto the market. So we saw a lot of them on here and basically went through them all, looked at the white papers, looked at the tokenomics, looked at the technology on Bitcoin Talk announcements. We haven't really seen anything that's massively a hit overall for the past, I'd say, year and a half. The only ones that I can think of are older ones that have kind of crept back in. And then obviously kaspa forks have done very well in the past couple of months, but there's always a dip in and out of them. And when it comes to kaspa forks, there is loads of them. If we scroll down here, I think ZLS is technically a kaspa fork, and that was providing a lot of profits for a lot of people for a while. And then if we keep going down, we'll run into Empyrean hash. That had its time. Let's keep going. We have Carlson, which was kind of like the first one to come out and really give profits, but that only lasted for a little bit. And Pirin actually overtook that. I believe Spectre is based on that as a fork. And then we have Bunga, but that's obviously for the ASIC side. I don't really know how much profitability can be made from that, because we haven't had any kaspa ASICs on it at all. And then this HUSAT as well. So this HTN, that's on Pirin hash, which was originally from the kaspa algorithm. If we keep going down, is there any more that we can see? Oh, Nexel AI from Carlson hash, Pugdad from Carlson hash, this one Cobra Dag from Pirin hash. So we see a lot of these kaspa forks. That's the only kind of new ones that we've seen coming up onto, the profitability charts, and they only have their certain times. XLS or Zealous was very good for a while, but all of the kaspa forks kind of had their time, and we're kind of transitioning, and we're not really seeing that many new coins actually hit the market to allow for profitability. So as soon as the Ethereum merge came in, as we said we were looking on here, we obviously discovered kaspa Coin, Alephium, Radiant, Nexa, I think Ironfish as well at the time. And so we had a range of coins that we could have actually mined. But subsequently, I haven't seen anything past this massive explosion of new coins that really stands out like we had back then. When we're on mining pool stats on the new coins, these are ones that have obviously had a pool, so they will be in the announcements somewhere. But just looking at this and going through a couple of the websites, none of them really stick out as anything phenomenal. You can see these are kaspa forks, so a fork of Pirin hash, which was originally from a fork of kaspa coin. And you can see a lot of them. I don't really think that they're going to take off to any point. And then if we keep scrolling down, the only one, as I said, is Zealous, that has kind of provided some profitability. So nothing here really sticks out, nothing very innovative. No new mining algorithms either. So back then when new coins were coming out at a good rate, like once a month or something like that, you had new algorithms for basically all of them. So you had K-Heavy Hash, and then you had Blake 3 Ironfish, and then I think Radiant was that SHA-256D, if I believe right, and then Nexa had its own one, which was Nexa Pow, and a bunch of others that we could have looked at. And a bunch of others, most of the ones that were providing some profitability, at least with the AI coins, and they were on the kaspa algorithm. But when we're looking here at most of these coins that we had the opportunity to get into, Cubic's one of the new ones that has come along. We have some legacy ones here like Flux and Ravencoin, Ergo, obviously if you saw back here. Obviously these are kind of like not good for profitability right now, and I don't think they will be going into the future. I think it's going to be these newer coins that are still going to offer profitability. Here is my list of kind of ones that we have mined. Not a lot of them have really taken up in terms of the past year and a half. So Kaspa coin obviously done phenomenally well. Ethereum Classic is actually down. ZIL is down, I believe. Ravencoin down as well. Cubic is still to be decided. It could keep going up. But recently, I don't think anyone's been mining it just because the profitability is not great and the yield isn't great on them anymore because they have that weird mining algorithm going on. Flux is kind of steady, but it was at higher heights. And they have been improving the network, but I just don't see much adoption onto that network. Like, I was a really big fan of Flux, but I just don't see, anyone really going towards it. It's not profitable to mine anymore, and I feel like a lot of the price was determined by the miners that were holding it, and then subsequently, when it stopped being profitable, a lot of people sold off from Flux. And there is also technically better projects in terms of mining-wise that are way more efficient for your GPUs, so there's an obvious switch over to different algorithms. You have Lithium, which is kind of riding at the middle point of its price. So a year ago it was around 19 cents. Now it's at $1.53, but the all-time high was around $3. So it's kind of in between that. I wouldn't say it's any fault of Lithium or for any of these coins either. It's more about Bitcoin's price, and they're kind of just following along at that point. Same kind of goes for Ergo in terms of what I said for Flux. Like, the development is still kind of good, but there's just no reason for miners to be on the network. And we're strictly talking in a mining sense, not necessarily, usability of the network. Octospace was really good for those jazz miners. We kind of touched upon that in the previous video. I still have high hopes for Octospace. I think maybe 250 million in the bull run. So nice 5x from what we're seeing here. Dynex, same kind of goes where the development is still chugging along. However, the adoption is just not coming in for it. I don't think they have enough users to kind of keep that market cap going up or the price going up. Ironfish, I haven't actually checked on Ironfish in quite a long time, so I don't really know what is going on the network, but the price has dropped a significant amount. But I can kind of say that for all of these coins here, just because when we're looking at this, Octospace has kind of survived-ish, 13%, Ergo 26%, Lithium has actually done pretty much the best I can see on this chart here, apart from Kaspa coin. And then if we continue down, I think Chlor AI is still a good buy or still a good thing to mine. If you have the profitability there, yeah, but right now I'm pretty sure nobody has the profitability unless you have free power. And then Nexa is another one that I thought at the time would be really, really good in the future, but the prices just continue to keep dropping and dropping and dropping. I don't really know what's going on in terms of development there. Personally, I wouldn't be mining Nexa. I thought we were going to have ASICs at some point, or at least FPGAs, and that would have taken it to the next level. We should have seen some price increases if that had come along, but subsequently, nothing's really happened on that network. Same goes for Radiant, but I'm going to kind of discount it. Same with Kyler Coin and Lithium, because they did have those network hash rate, I wouldn't say attacks, but they were kind of ruining the network, so we're going to give it some time to recover in terms of price, and we'll see if Radiant can recover from this. I know there is still some people building on Radiant, so the future looks kind of bright for them. Now, Zephyr is kind of the same thing. It's dropped massively. It was at like a height of $30. I don't think there's any, or at least much hope for that anymore. They do have some solid fundamental features that I think could, you know, actually work out in their favor in the future. As I said, there's not really much adoption for a lot of these coins, and that's kind of what it comes down to at the end of the day. Neoxa, I still think this is a great project. Actually play to earn, but it does it in a very nice way where you can play games that, you know, are not built on a blockchain. I really don't believe in any of these games that are built on a blockchain. It seems like these people are more focused on making a cryptocurrency instead of an actual game like you would have Call of Duty or something like that. But Neoxa, you can play, I believe, Minecraft, Rust, and CSGO, maybe. But for the most part, I think, you know, that's still solid fundamentals, and I think it could play out in the future very well. Raptorium, I don't really know what to say about that. I haven't really kept up with it. I know there's CPU mineable, but I haven't seen many people make videos on it lately. And then Carlson obviously has had a massive drop off, so that was just kind of just because Peering was better at the time. Nobody really cares about the forks of these coins. One thing I'm surprised to see is that we haven't seen an Alephium fork anytime soon, and I really was expecting one to come along just because Alephium has kind of grown a little bit more and the time has kind of passed. Same time frame as Kaspa coin, I'd say, where you would start to get forks, but nobody has really bothered to fork it yet. And we have those ASICs coming online very soon. And then lastly, Kyler coin, that suffered the network attack. Don't really know what's going on with that. The price there is just kind of weird to look at. I think there might be some manipulation on the price. I don't know how they're doing it, but I think that there definitely is, because that's a massive spike upwards for, you know, a time where the cryptocurrency market isn't really great. But mostly any of these that are following Bitcoin, you can see Bitcoin chart there. Any of them that aren't following Bitcoin kind of drop down below. Dynex has, Ironfish hasn't really. I don't know what's going on with that chart. Chlor AI, that's kind of following it. Same with Nexa. Radiant has actually gone down against Bitcoin. Zephyr is kind of keeping up with it. Same with Neoxa. But then these three at the bottom, I don't really know what's going on. There just isn't enough volume on the network to, you know, trace this kind of pattern that we're seeing with Bitcoin. But all that to say is, all we're mining this week is we're just going to go for the BitAxe. We're not mining anything on a GPU, CPU or anything. Kind of just letting the market do its thing. Maybe looking out for new coins, but so far after researching, I don't see any great new coins that we can start mining. So I'll update you when I do find some new coins, obviously. But right now I'd say just keep mining whatever you're mining right now. If you have some conviction, you know, in Radiant or in Alephium, Casper, even Bitcoin, just keep mining all of them. I don't see any other coins that you'd want to be mining realistically. Maybe Octaspace as well if you have jazz miners, but that's about it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on kind of what coins you are mining this week. And if you've seen any new coins that you think I should check out on the channel, let me know in the comments. Make sure you like the video and subscribe for more content like this.